We're getting moving for the day. I'm headed to the environmental park. Tux is on his rug. Hey, buddy. Now look, when I come back from the environmental park, I'm going to give you lots of love and attention, but how about you stay over there safe and out of the way for a few more minutes? Well, at least if we had to have one of the doors mess up, I'm glad it's not the driver door. And Don did clarify when we were watching the video today that the passenger side door cannot be opened from the outside. I misspoke. The only way you can open it correctly is with the inside door handle right now till it's fixed. Come on, just open the door. I had pressed it 4 or 5 times. I guess I'll wait a second just to make sure it's not going to start coming back down on me while I'm in motion. Alright, seems safe enough now. It's cloudy again out here today. It's 69 out, supposed to be a high of 77 with a feel like 77, so the humidity's not cranked up yet, but we're headed there over the weekend. I'm home and I'm going to go for a walk to set up my lens and tripod. I'm going to get Tux to walk with me and get some exercise. Well, I don't see any activity right now, but I'm all set up and I'm sure there will be some. And Gray, she heard Tux and I walk down the hill and she's over here requesting some love. She has quite the purr motor. And there's Tux dutifully waiting to walk back up the hill. Hey, bud.
So I've got a piece of aluminum here that's wider than the board. I'm basically making a template so I can just lay the template down on the piece of wood, and it'll have holes where I can put my screws. So I can just take and mark where I want to put my screws. And that way I don't have to spend a lot of time measuring, and the screws will all be lined up. Because if you've ever seen some decks, the screws kind of, or those nails, just
they meander, huh?
They meander along, and that's fine. And it's just my anal, what's OCD or whatever.
Well, we're the ones going to be looking at it, and I like straight too, Donnie.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do the template right now.
Cool. While Don's working on the template, Tux and I are doing a little weed eating. I started to come down here. It's a different spot I haven't worked yet this year with the Ego weed eater. I wouldn't have been able to do everything, but I would have been able to do some. But it ran out of string. So add that to the list of things to get on our next trip to Home Depot. And I have uncovered my rocks. I cannot totally clean out this bed because there's a few gladiolus that might bloom, and also the daffodils are still finishing out their year. But I'm glad I can see my rocks again, and you can see here along the border I've got stuff that needs to be cleaned. I've got honeysuckle coming in. This grass that grows over here, this weed, is just it's just really hard to deal with. So I'm going to do what I can by hand. I mean, yeah, this one area right here, if I had the weed eater, I could just weed eat it. There's nothing else here. But, we'll see if I get there. I'm just going to do around the edge up here and keep on going. And like I said, my buddy, Tuxie, he's keeping me company. I've made good progress. I need to come back with a pair of snips or scissors. I've got honeysuckle growing in the Carolina allspice, and I need to handle that.
Makes no difference. All you want to do with that clamp is get it strong.
Right.
And then this thing right here,
whenever I get it where I want it, I just tighten it. And I'll be good to go, huh? Don's helping me check out my new camera mount. It's not really a tripod, I guess it's a mount. I don't know exactly what's the right thing to call it.
I don't know.
Way cool. I'm going to do a time lapse.
Okay.
So we're doing wood selection. I have the prestigious job of getting the stapled in tag off the end, both ends of the wood. But that's all right. Don's got the prestigious job of getting the dust and a couple of bug guts that accumulated overnight off of the wood.
Yeah, well, what happens if you don't take the little staple out? You'll have to cut that, and of course your saw blade hit that, and it messes, you know.
Oh, I would never leave that. I wouldn't want to see that ever.
You know, it always gets in the way, it catches on stuff, so I always take the tags off.
Yeah, well, me too. Happy to do it. Sit down for a minute. It's nice over here, isn't it, underneath the dogwood tree?
Right, we've got our first board fastened down. It took a while. I have a headache, and it's really kind of hurting my productivity.
Well, you really can't see much, but our neighbor has an area marked off, I guess just on the other side of that big pine tree. And we're not sure if it's going to be a shed or a continuation of the house. Probably a shed. And Home Depot is here with a Moffett, a piggyback, delivering wood. Excuse me. And some French drain, it looked like. And it looks like lumber, not treated lumber. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. My guess would be a shed, which would be kind of like a fence, so that wouldn't be troublesome to me, as long as it's painted on our side and done nicely. I took the long way around, which is hopefully the poison ivy free way around, to do a little bit of additional recognizance here. Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be a shed. So Don has a few screws in the first board. You know, the first board is the most important board. You can see that this board does look pretty straight going down the line, so that's a good thing. Well, Nani, I think couples doing a wedding registry have spent less time picking the china.
That's right.
No, it really wasn't that bad, but we have them laid in the order we want them, and there's only one that we're gonna have to fight because it's a little warped. So
yeah.
Well, we made good progress. We just didn't make as much progress as we thought we were gonna make. And even the slave driver that I am, I don't want Don out here if his head's bothering him as bad as it obviously is. So we're calling it quits for tonight.
Right, we basically have the end board and that end board fastened, screwed down. And then we've got one more board inside screwed down too. And
it's gonna fit. And we made the board selection.
Yeah, and we got the boards in the order we want. And you know, got the bark side down.
Got a method for how you're gonna make the screws stay straight, the template. So
yeah, I got a thing, and it's working okay, but not as good as I'd hoped. I was wondering if I could snap a chalk line, but I didn't know if the chalk line was staying the wood, so I didn't want to snap a chalk line. So that's the little template does good on the ends of the boards, but it doesn't do good in the middle. And I need a straight line. And then of course it does good setting the 1 inch. They're 1 inch in from the edge.
Right.
It does the 1 inch fine. It just doesn't know the middle. It doesn't do it long way. Anyway, the point is up and down, getting up and down, man, that was killing my head.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Donnie.
So maybe tomorrow I can finish up this. At this point, I don't know. We'll find out. The other thing that sort of happened late here in the afternoon when the sun got past the house and we were in the shade, which was very comfortable, the mosquitoes came out and were eating us alive. And so tomorrow I will douse down with
Bug spray at the get-go.
And take care of that. But we didn't have any trouble until like the last hour, and then they started trying to eat us. And so that was another reason they were buzzing around my face and all that kind of stuff.
I'm protecting the innocent here, but I am on a Triangle Tesla WebEx, and we're getting an update on a bunch of stuff.
If it were to